Hello everybody, I'm here in Palermo, Sicily, and I'm looking for two separate theaters and a fountain, and I have to find it before more raindrops fall, or it gets colder, so let's get going. The first decision I had to make was whether I was going to walk or take one of the many hop-on, hop-off buses that you can find throughout Palermo. They're a great value and they take you to all the main sites, but where I needed to go was near the port. And also it was a Saturday, and they had closed down some of the streets for a street fair. Every time I come to Palermo, I always make sure to come to this very intersection. It's by far the most ornate and dramatic of all intersections in the city. It was originally built in the early 1600s, and it's known as Quattro Canti, or the Four Corners. Each corner represents a different time of the year: winter, spring, summer, and fall. But there was no time to dilly-dally, because our first destination is right around the corner, and it's a theater. If you're in Palermo, Sicily, and you're looking for fine opera or ballet, this is the place to go. It's very historic. It's Teatro Massimo. Built in 1897, it's the largest theater in all of Italy. It holds about 1,400 people, and you can take a tour of it on the inside. Unfortunately, the box office was closed just for the short time I was there, but here's a picture of it if you were wondering what it looked like. So for a consolation, I figured I would take a picture of myself descending its grand stairs, but I found out that that's what everyone else does too. I was getting hungry, so I figured I'd go find a cafe, which was right around the corner. But I guess they were on the same schedule as the theater, and it was hard to find a waiter. So it was on to the next location. And this is my all-time favorite fountain here in Sicily. It's the Fontana Pretoria, and it was originally constructed for a private villa in Florence, Italy. The original owner was heavily in debt, so he sold it to the city of Palermo, who wanted to show off its newly installed waterworks. The fountain features gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus and are in various stages of undress, which was outrageous at the time and quickly got the nickname the Fountain of Shame. That title was also considered a criticism of the government, which many citizens at the time felt was corrupt. The city's courthouse overlooks the fountain. Just a short walk around the corner, you'll find another church by the name of Santa Caterina, which you can take a tour of. Now, the front door of it had a beautiful banister running down the side of the stairs. I wondered how many times they had to tell kids not to do a fun slide down its length. I quickly realized they had figured that one out. On the other side of the fountain, there was a church by the name of San Giuseppe. I was hoping to go in, but it was closed that day. But I discovered there was a slot for offerings, which I had never seen before. Before I started to head back, I quickly remembered I was getting hungry, and I noticed in the windows these strange orange orbs. I had no idea what they were, and I noticed that everyone on the street was eating them too. I know now what they're called. They're called arancinis, which means little orange, and it's a Sicilian favorite. I had no idea what was inside them, but I knew I had to try one. But first I had to get a number. It was a pretty popular place. There was a wider variety of arancini than I was expecting and had no idea what to buy, so the owner suggested one. Okay, well, I got this from the store. I don't know what it's called, but I'm told it's the most popular. It's the burro, and it has cheese and ham in it. So we'll see what this is all about. Here we go. Ready? Uh-oh. There goes some cheese. It looks like there's rice in there and some, well, it's fried and it's really heavy.
Anyway, I'm really enjoying it.
Well, it was starting to rain, and that told me I better get to my next location, which was a theater, and it was one that I had always heard about. Hey, it's another theater. It's Teatro Politeama. I think I said that right. And inside is Beethoven. Well, not personally, but his music's playing. Well, it's a concert hall, and they have guided tours, so let's get a ticket and look around. This was a perfect time to take the tour, since it was raining and there were no crowds. Actually, there was only one other American couple waiting to go on the tour, so I joined them. Built in 1891, the theater was undergoing a renovation, and the tour guide wanted to show us what they had been working on. Our first stop would be the two event halls, the Red Hall and the Yellow Hall. And true to form, they were under construction. But the location I was most interested in was the main hall. It's the home to the Sicilian Symphonic Orchestra, and they were getting ready for a big concert of Beethoven's works. The theater was beautiful inside and holds about 1,000 people. It's ornate, but what impressed me the most was the acoustics. It seemed like you could hear a pin drop from every seat in the house. After the main concert hall, we slowly made our way up to the roof. And of course, there weren't any elevators. It was a pretty good climb. It's a great view of the city up on the roof, and you get a good perspective of its signature statue, the Triumph of Apollo and Euterpe, which is a representation of the Olympics.